Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina. This story is sponsored by AIM Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine.
Well, good morning and thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I am back at AIM Acupuncture and I'm joined by Ralph, who's going to share a little bit about his story. How are you doing, Ralph?
Doing well. It's been an adventure here.
I can imagine.
I came here for my back and shoulder.
Okay.
My neck, part of it is back to normal, basically. I have full movement again.
Amazing.
Still working on the shoulder. I have a torn rotator cuff and probably some bone spurs in there now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have the surgery, so I figured let's try a different approach.
All right, but walk me through how you even got here, because some people are a bit skeptical about acupuncture. Were you one of those people?
No, I never was. I was reading about it. I read a lot about it, trying to figure out how to do it. Of course, I said when I walked in here, you're going to do the Kung Fu act, put it on there, light the flames and the burning and the smoke and the incense, and they laughed at me, of course. But I just think it's the next phase for me. It's before surgery. Let's have something that will maybe make the pain go away for hours. And right now, I'm actually sleeping back in my bed.
Amazing.
Which I haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
And I learned how not to sleep on that shoulder, which is my left shoulder. So when I wake up, I'm not stiff or in pain. And it's getting better. And every time I come and I get a treatment, when I leave, I still can feel the vibrations from the electrodes that they put on there.
Cool.
And then when I get back to the house and I go to my office, start typing and stuff, and just I don't even know it feels back to normal.
That's
which
really
is
cool.
good to say. And lifting your arm up, I mean, this is for a person. This is not natural to do.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to hold your arms up over your head all the time.
You are not.
And I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it with this arm at all. And now I have a lot of movement. I can stretch it. So hopefully it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
I can imagine that not being able to do the things you're normally able to do would prevent you from doing a lot of the things you love in life too.
I want to go back to golfing. That's, one thing. I've been down here for a long time, in 3 different communities, I guess. Now I'm permanently down here. So
Love it.
This is my daughter loved it first. My wife loved it second, and now I'm fully engulfed.
It's in the family.
It's in the family now. We have to stay there, and it's good. As long as I can get everything back to normal, I'm ready to go.
Perfect.
Ready to play.
So what does your treatment look like for somebody that's never gotten acupuncture done?
Okay. They put on the pads for the electrical part of it that gives you little shocks, and then the doctor comes in, and she has an array of needles. Small ones, a little bigger, and a little bigger, different millimeters. And they put them in places that where I may tell them that there's pain here, they'll put it there. And they kind of know, I guess, from a vantage point of I guess, being a doctor and knowing the touch pads, what's in your body. And they place them and they go down my arm, up my neck, around my neck, down my back a little bit. And I just, half hour later, they come back in, unplug me. I'm like Frankenstein, I guess. They take all the plugs off, and then I'm ready to go.
Of course. And everyone is just so nice here.
They are, and it really doesn't hurt. I mean, a lot of people think it's a needle, but it's such a thin needle.
Teeny.
It's so tiny that you really don't feel it unless it goes into where it really hurts.
Yeah.
And then when it's in there, it only hurts that second, then it goes away.
And
So
you're
it's
feeling
really
much better.
a good thing.
Love it. All right. Any final words for somebody that's interested in trying?
I would give it a shot. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to try it. If it's in your heart not to go get surgery right now, this is the place to come.
This story is sponsored by AIM Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine. We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by SC Needs Help. Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today, I have the treat of being joined in studio by Philip from SC Needs Help. How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. All right, tell me all about what you guys do. This was founded in 2018, but it's really turned into something much bigger.
Yeah, SC
since
Needs
then.
Help really started as helping out the flood victims. In the big floods of 2018, we started off with a warehouse and just getting gear for people and equipment and food and non-perishable items that they needed, and it's morphed into something much bigger than that. And now we're just trying to help people year-round, not just when there is a big event.
I love it. Adapting to whatever people need.
Absolutely.
At the given time. So what's on the docket for this year?
Well, we have the Smokeout at the Boathouse coming up in March. It's a great event, raises most of the money for the year. Our president, Andy Kemp, just does a really good job at it. He's a barbecue connoisseur, and so he kind of created the event, and we started out raising money for people in need, and now we use this event to fund our entire year.
So give me kind of an idea of what you guys do with the funds that you receive.
Well, just in the past year, we've adopted 50 kids from the Angel Tree program. So we're going to take care of 50 kids for Christmas 2023. And we have sent a family to Disney. Their father passed away unexpectedly. We sent the family to Disney. We purchased a vehicle for somebody that was in need out in Conway. So we just, whatever we can do to help, there's little things that you can do to help people to change their lives drastically. And as a community, we're able to do that as a team.
What has been the most memorable moment for you?
I think for me, the first Smokeout at the Boathouse was for Andre Pope. And Andre was diagnosed with cancer, and he was able to enjoy that event before unfortunately he passed away. But he was able to be there, shake people's hands, and see the event in action, which I think that is really, that's really important. Just a very special moment and a life-changing moment for me as well.
I was going to say, if somebody's watching this right now and wants to help out, wants to get involved, how can they do that?
Go on the web, scneedshelp.org. That will take you to a donations tab or a contact tab, and just send us a message, and we'd love for you to get involved.
Okay, well today I'm back in the garden with Frank Johnson here at WBTW. Thank you so much for teaching me all of your wisdom.
Yeah, all right, I do what I can.
Thank you so much. Okay, look at my prop. We've got a watering can today.
Yes, it's more than a prop, there's water in there.
There is, there's actually water in here. So what are some things that people need to know when it comes to watering their garden?
Oh, okay, plants need water.
Yes, they do.
They need sunshine, they need soil, and they need water. It's one of the three things. They also need fertilizer and food, but water is very important, especially on days where we get a lot of sunshine and it hasn't rained in a while. And so it's a little more than just picking up the hose and watering the garden. That's important as well, but when you're preparing your garden, you have to think ahead as to how you're going to water it.
Yeah.
And develop a good, healthy soil type. Gardens need to have good drainage, so that when you water it, or if it rains a lot, that water doesn't just stay there.
Like, it's nasty.
You need it to move on. You need the plants to get their drink, and then the water to move on. And we do container gardening here at News 13. So we've got proper drainage. You can't water containers too much as long as there's drainage. If it's a container that has holes in the bottom, the extra water is just going to go right out. These containers, if I water it too much, the extra water just goes out.
Yeah.
But if you have a garden in the ground, when you're building the garden, you want to, is it in the proper spot? If it's in the low part of your yard, know that you're going to get water that accumulates there, and you may need to just use plants that drink up a lot of water. But for vegetable gardening, that low spot that accumulates a lot of water is probably not the best spot for a garden. You want an area that's going to drain out nicely, so that when you do water it, the water doesn't just stay. And really, your basic everyday watering, you soak the soil. It's more than just, getting the ground wet.
A little drink.
Yeah, you want it to soak into the ground a couple of inches.
A nice guzzle rather than a sip.
Exactly.
So you can't just go, there you go.
It needs more than that.
Yeah.
It needs more than that. And timing is also very important as well. A lot of plants are sensitive if their leaves get wet. and stay wet, they'll develop a lot of mildew or mold or diseases. So the best time to water is first thing in the morning.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Alrighty, so we are going to get started with the salsa basic. And so I'm gonna dance with you as a lead and you will then follow me.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna teach you the follow footwork
Okay.
for salsa. All right, so you wanna start with your feet together, which you already got, which is perfect. You're gonna take your right foot and you're going to go back with your right, rock forward, back on the left, and then together. And then take your left foot and go forward, rock forward, then go back on your right together. So let's do that again. So go back with the right together, forward with the left together. Oh, you're doing great.
Thank you.
All right, okay. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, salsa is a dance that comes from Cuba, okay? And we're gonna do another basic. So you're gonna take your right foot and go to the side and together, left to the side, together, right to the side. So it's a dance from Cuba, which is a combination of a dance called son, and then there's cha-cha and rumba. So all of these dances kind of come together and create salsa. Let's go back to our basics. So back with the right and forward with the left. So a lot of those dances are actually rooted in African movement and music. So a lot of the steps actually started out as work dances that people would do when they were working on the plantations. And then it became movement, okay? And then now we have salsa. Let's go to the side. And I'm gonna add one more little basic for you. Okay, and then we're gonna do a cross back with the right.
Oh, we're getting funky.
Together,
Now.
again, real funky. We're
Okay.
gonna cross back with the right and together, and then cross back with the left and together. Cross back with the right and together, cross back with the left. Good. You caught on really fast for someone who said they didn't know how to dance. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're gonna start with our basic step. Back, forward, and back, and forward. Good, and back, and forward, and back to the side. Without the styling first, side, side, side. Nice. You got good hip movement too. This is great. So now.
No one's ever said that before, ever.
Now, for the cross back, I am going to release your hand.
Okay.
And that's when you can do your arm up and like this.
See how it goes.
You're going to see how it goes? Okay. Ready, and. Yes!
Oh,
nice! Basic step and ba. Oh, you know exactly what you're doing. This is great. So let's finish our last time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna release your hands when we go to the side so you can do your shoulder to shoulder
Okay,
thing, okay? Okay. Okay, and now, and shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder.
Wait.
Shoulder, so touch here, good, here, and here.
This is like ridiculous.
Baby.
He's like, oh no,
Oh no, you look fine, okay? And basic, stop, cross back, cross, and 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 basic, and ba, and da. Aye! Very nice. Good job. Good job. You did great.
Thank you.
That was pretty awesome.
Just so people know, where can they learn more information about you guys?
So the best place to go is either, well, there's actually 3 places. There is Facebook, Instagram, actually the third place, our website, which is arohaafrolatindance.com.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.